feel to be in this situation again a year after, same as last year, you go again? But obviously everything is in your guys' hands now.
Yeah, thanks, Jock. Obviously it's great. A lot of hard work that went in, and credit to the players of the achievement. So we're proud of that, and like you said, it's something that we did experience last year, but not going to mean anything really. It's a new game, new challenge, but the positive is that it's at home, so we're looking forward to that, and it's great to be part of the playoffs. So we have to respect that. It doesn't often happen, so you have to treasure that.
What did you learn from last year's playoffs that will stand you in good stead this year?
Well, hopefully the guys will, understand the pressure that's involved with a playoff. It's you get one shot at it, and then if you don't do the small little things well, you're out of there. And like I said, all the work that you've done for so many months means nothing. So that pressure, hopefully, we can look back, saying that the Sharks also played in the playoffs. So I think it's quite well balanced. But I think the big thing is, for us is just to get the small little things correct, and tap into that experience when we need to. We don't have to score as many tries as in the past, although it's still one of our goals to score tries.
Coach, speaking of the Sharks, we know that they have a knack of winning when nobody expects them to. You guys are the favorites. What are you doing to guard against complacency? And what do you expect from them this week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you look at them, what they can select as a team, you have to respect that team. They're going to have probably guys back, Franco, Mare and Ruan Botha, those guys coming back. So they got really a healthy squad to select from. So it starts with that, that we have to respect our opposition. As you've mentioned, the Sharks is one of the teams that can always, beat any side. So we can't read anything in the results of this year. I'll be, obviously disappointed if we as a group don't prepare with the same attitude as it would have been for any other side. As that's over the last few years, I think the players know my heart. Is the biggest challenge for any rugby player is to respect your opponent regardless of who they are, and nothing will change. So we prepared similar to any other week, ticked all the boxes, and obviously the Sharks is the team that come, but if it was any other team, we would have prepared the same.
Because you guys have made a habit out of playing such beautiful rugby. You mentioned that you don't have to score 4 tries and look for bonus points. Is there maybe a fear then that you guys might go into your shell a bit because you don't need to push as much as you would perhaps in a normal round robin game?
No, I think the players are. I believe the players are like racehorses. They've been groomed and drilled to a certain way of play, and to come to a stage where you challenge them to change it will be unfair to them. So I want them to play with a freedom, and again, that's where I trust Yaku, where if we get a penalty, do we go for the corner, do we go for the post? The reality is, like I said, maybe you can go a bit more for the poles, but they on the field, they know if they've got the pressure on the team. But I said it on last week after the match. I had the same question. I'm going to say it again. This team stands for 2 things: to honour God for the talents they got, and for playing exciting rugby, and we'll go down by that.
Because a number of just in Test rugby, guys say when you play a 3-test series, people don't realise how difficult it is. Even if you win 3-0, that the opposition the second and the third time adapt and become better and make it much tougher for you. You've played on the Sharks twice this year. Is it the same situation that people mustn't expect just because last week you guys beat them reasonably easily, that they're going to be the same this week?
Yeah, I mean, if you look, I don't want to refer back to last year, but I mean, last year the Crusaders came here and smashed us. They won quite comfortably, and then when they came back for the quarterfinals, we turned the table. So the point I want to make is that the 2 games against the Sharks was close. It was tough. It was they a physical side. and they're going to have new tactics, new plans. We've got new stuff that we want to look at, and you know, it's a whole new ball game. It's a different day, different venue, and we have to respect them, you know, and treat them with the same respect as any other team. And the score is not going to do it for us. That the score that happened last week or in the round robin, and we have to come out from minute one, be accurate, play at a good intensity. I was disappointed in the intensity of last week's game. Play at a good intensity, and hopefully, like you say, we will prevail.
The Sharks have only made one change. It's only Kerwin Bosch coming in for Garth April. Is that something that surprised you a bit? Did you expect some more changes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Franco Mare is. I thought he's going to be involved with the team. And
maybe he might be on his bracketed to be on the bench.
Okay, and Ruan Botha I thought they'll use for the lineouts. But Kerwin obviously is a talented player. He was man of the match, I think, the last time, yeah. So again, you know, therefore they will have faith in him. But you know, it's going to boil down to a collective team effort. We can't worry about one guy, and we must first do our part. We must attack well and we must defend well, and give ourselves a good opportunity.
Jaco, I remember this time last year you guys said you shouldn't make the game bigger than it is already. Do you sense the guys are more calm this time compared to last year?
Yeah, there's a great deal of excitement within the squad, and I really believe the challenge for us is just to channel that excitement into the right direction. Within that excitement, the players are also calm because they know how to handle situations better. We've got the experience of last year. But as coach said, we can't go on the experience. We have to take this weekend as it comes, and we have to play the game.
JP, there's like a feeling out there that all the pressure is basically on you guys. It's like the Sharks can almost come and play carefree rugby. Do you think that's kind of a fair assessment?
Yeah, you know, I think the pressure's on us just because we were finalists last year. It's a new season. It's a new quarterfinal. You know, the word quarterfinal we believe that it makes it maybe a little bit bigger. You know, it is bigger, but it's still just a match. You know, and we've got to stick to our processes, and we've got to follow our processes and not get ahead of ourselves. So yeah, there might be pressure on us because it's at home as well. You know, but I mean, as you guys have said, and as Jaco and Akaz has said, the boys know how to handle it. They've been there. I mean, last year was the unknown. This year we know what to expect in the quarterfinal.
Sois, can you tell us about the Sharks' defence? I mean, they seem to be more rugged and bloody-minded than most defences. Is it defence that you sort of relish to come up against?
Yeah, look, they're a physical side. They enjoy the defensive side of it as well. So it's typical South African sort of derby kind of games. But yeah, I'm not too worried. We'll just do what we do.
Johan, you know, potentially now every match could be your last match here. Is that something that you allow yourself to think about or not?
I don't think I get the time to think about it. There's so many things happening. You know, obviously, first of all, we keep positive and believe that we hopefully will carry on. And then I'll only worry about after that. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, it is in the back of my mind. Like today, when I walked onto the field, obviously I do think about, you know, hopefully there will be a few more days. I don't share it often with the players and stuff because I don't want to add that pressure on them. It's not about me, it's about them and collectively of what we've done over the last few years, you know. But it is getting less and less, and one treasure that. But you know, like I said, the main focus now is this week to give a great performance against the Sharks, and then we can only take it from there.
Jaco, from your side as players, I mean, does that motivate you to, as the coach say, want to give him more and more days till the last week that he can be here?
Yeah, I think we must lock coach up anyways. We're going to miss him definitely, but as Coach said, there's no time to think about it, but obviously it's in the back of our minds that it's the last season we're going to be with him, and we want to make him proud. All the players got a massive amount of respect for Coach, and yeah, he's just one amazing coach, and we're going to miss him, but obviously we've got a game to concentrate on this weekend.
Yeah, good. In the Ellis Park game against the Sharks, they put a lot of pressure on your breakdown, trying to disrupt you guys. They're expecting the same this weekend?
Yes, definitely. They've got some quality players that play towards the ball. They always trying to disrupt your breakdown, especially if you want to play quick. They disrupt wherever they can, and I believe that's going to be a great challenge for us this weekend to clear up our own breakdown and to be real accurate, as Coach said, do the small things right for the big moments to work.
The one thing that was interesting about last week's game as well is that they tried half time. Most teams would have probably kicked the ball out. You guys kept on attack and got the reward for that. It obviously shows the confidence that you guys are playing with at the moment as well.
Yes, we, as Coach mentioned, we want to play exciting brand of rugby, and we never want to lie down, no matter what the time on the clock is. And yes, most teams will switch off and think about half time at that point of time because the siren has gone. But yes, that's where you have to be switched on and be prepared for another 5 minutes of play if it happens like that.
Jackie, you guys that were on the field last week, did you sort of sense in a way that the Sharks were holding back a bit or wasn't showing everything that they got?
No, I believe both sides weren't clinical enough last week. So both teams are not happy with their performance last week, and that's why I believe everyone is so excited about this week to rectify it. And it's going to be a massive clash this weekend. As Coach Sway said, the South African derbies is always big and physical, and we're just excited to play the game.
Yeah, Coach Arcus spoke about the intensity, said after the game on Saturday he wasn't happy with the intensity. How do you guys as players up that intensity in the training week, obviously by doing things faster and more accurately, but on the game field as well?
Yes, definitely. With our coaches do their part by bringing it in the training sessions in the week. So for me personally, and I believe it's a mental thing. If you pitch on the weekend, you must be ready for the biggest, fastest game that you have ever played, and that's how you raise the bar. You have to be prepared to go where nobody else is prepared to go.
Akers, obviously last year you played the New Zealand team in the quarterfinals. Obviously playing local opposition this year, and I think the last time there was a local Super Rugby playoff with South African teams was the Sharks against the Stormers in 2012. So what are you expecting this time around?
Oh, well, the fact that we've played each other already twice, make it quite interesting on the analysing side, because you constantly have to, look where you can improve. We know that the South African players got, a challenge among themselves as well. It's always hard when you play against your fellow South Africans. Everybody is, wants to get one above the other one, so that makes it quite physical, and like we've seen, sometimes it's a bit scrappy. And the Sharks, obviously, like I said before, you can't underestimate them. They've got pedigree, they've got quality players all over, they've got X factor players. So we have to respect them as any team. So for us, it's about them. We respect them, but it's also for us to play our style and our intensity, and lift our game. It is a knockout game, so there's no second chances.
Coach, how important would the set piece be this weekend?
No, I mean set piece. No game can go without that. If you're not going to have a certain error rate or accuracy there, you're going to struggle. If your error rate is high. So obviously lineouts. It's a start of play, and same of scrums. And it was an area that we weren't happy with the weekend that's passed, and it's up to us to fix that, and so that we can give our backs opportunity to launch well, and also for us as a team to play well. So hopefully we'll get that, and like I said, then the rest of the game can start.
Two more questions.
Am I right in saying it's the same ref as last week? How do you feel about that?
Now, obviously, you know, I think both camps will have discussions with him about certain areas, but you know, we have to trust the system. We have to trust the referee department that he's got the capability, and you know, and that he's been appointed. And for us as a team is to adjust to him quickly, to make sure that we, you know, get, in law that where he is strong. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll play good enough that, you know, there won't be a decision that we're going to, you know, debate about that caused the win or the loss. So hopefully we'll play our part, that we'll play good enough to get the result without any areas of concern.
Johan, you've got a proven and successful style of play that you've developed over a number of years, and obviously the last 2 years you've evolved as a result of that. To what degree do you think you have to be adaptable in a playoff situation? Because I mean, what's worked for you clearly has worked for you. So how adaptable do you think you have?
Yeah, again, we've done the hard part in the sense that, you know, we know now that we're going to play at home, so the travel factor is not there anymore. And you know, we're fortunate with the weather in South Africa this time of the year. You can, you know, there's always the odd surprise, but we can rather bank that the weather is going to be dry and the surface is good. So up until the semi-finals last year, we still scored a lot of tries. We still played with freedom. It was just the final that was, you know, obviously extreme circumstances. So for us to play a certain way for not just this season, but for the last few seasons, and then suddenly try to adapt to something that we have to change a lot. We're not going to do that. So that recipe has worked for us. The players are comfortable with it. So we're just going to, you know, play to first of all enjoy the opportunity, but also, you know, keep playing to inspire the people, and so people can see when we go on the field, we enjoy the opportunity.
Maybe just one last one for you. With it being a 2:30 match, you think that might suit your style as well? The kind of way you like to play, having it not at night where the ball might be a bit more slippery and so?
No, for sure. 2:30 is a really good time for us to play. We're really going to enjoy it. But most of all, I believe it's really nice for our fans as well. They can come out early, they can watch the game, and afterwards they can go home safe, not too late. So I really believe it's nice for them as well, and I really encourage all the supporters to come out and come enjoy the match.